Disabled Skiing Hall of Fame, and that was a very proud moment. One of the proudest moments probably was that I was given the Dr. Bob Harney National Leadership Award from Disabled Sports USA one year. And Dr. Bob was a very, very dear friend of mine. He was vice president of the board with me at Disabled Sports USA, and we unfortunately lost him to cancer. But it was very emotional when we created that award in his name, and then 2 years later, that was presented with that award. That was a real highlight for me, an emotional highlight, and probably one of my proudest moments. Another really proud moment that I had was that I came off the U.S. Disabled Ski Team in 1994. Not necessarily because I wanted to, but in those days we did not have any sponsors, and we pretty much paid our own way to travel, train, and race. And I looked at my great friend Steve Raymond, who was with ESPN at the time, and I said, Steve, if we don't figure out a way to raise money for the U.S. Disabled Ski Team, there's not going to be a team. And Steve really took the ball and ran with it, and worked with a great group that started what is now known as Adaptive Spirit. It's a fundraising event that we do here in Vail and have since 1995, every year since, to raise money, and it's really the primary fundraising machine for the U.S. para snow sports teams, Alpine, Nordic, and Snowboard. In the very first year, and we raised just enough money to save the team. And now routinely we have about 1,200 people at the event every April. And like I said, it's the primary funding source now for the para snow sports teams.
You've been described as an early pioneer in adaptive sit skiing, and you're recognized by your peers as a true leader in the adaptive sports and Paralympic movements. What message do you hope your story sends to the next generation?
Well, I think that, being an early pioneer, in some ways just meant I was a crash test dummy. That, because